What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Devin Haney, George Kambosos. As I predicted, Devin Haney outboxed George Kambosos. What I didn't predict, though, I didn't know that he was going to do it so easily. I would have gave that fight. Devin Haney won 10 rounds to 2, 11 rounds to 1. And that's just me giving a round to George Kambosos. I think maybe the 12th round and the 4th round, I had him winning. And it just shows you how easy it is. George Kambosos did not jab. He did not use his jab. At the times he decided to, he landed it. You can jab with a jab or you can hook with a hooker, and he did none of the above. Speaking of his hook, he threw the left hook. And he missed wildly a lot of the times, the attempts. There was a lot of holding, a lot of physicalities in this fight. A lot of aggressiveness was in this fight. A lot of high-string aggressiveness due to egos or whatever. You know, this was for everything. This is for the WBC franchise, the Ring Magazine, the IBF, the IBO, the WBA, okay? Everything was on the line. And Devin Haney is the man, and he showed you why. You don't have to knock out every fighter to be the best or be one of the best. We know Devin Haney. We heard his rumors of him beating Tank Davis and making him quit and those type of shits like that. You know, and the kid has been trained very well. I'm not sure that he will rematch George Kambosos because of the fight. George says it was close. They had 8 rounds to 4 on 2 scorecards, and one actually got it right. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, you know, Devin Haney just showed George Kambosos who he was, that he was a better boxer, and you don't necessarily have to fight in every fight. You can just box. Sometimes in a boxing match, a fight does break out. That wasn't the case in this fight. Devin Haney, I think he fought. I think he should have done more. I think he should have changed gears because he didn't know what the scorecards were. But nonetheless, I'm surprised that he actually outboxed George the way he did. You know, George really disappointed me, and I think Devin Haney did what he's supposed to do, and I think if anybody was slacking, it was George Kambosos. Maybe he let all this go to his head, all the bling bling, all the belts, all the home team advantages, you know, all that stuff get to his head a bit. And I think he didn't practice on a lot of things, but he wasn't the quicker fighter. He wasn't the sharper fighter. I think Devin Haney, though, you know, knew what he was doing. But he did what he needed to do, and that's that. You know, I'm proud of Team Haney. And look forward to talking to his father, Bill. You know, I'm proud of him. I'm glad that he made that trip, that long-ass flight to Australia for his son. I'm glad they're able to celebrate it together. You know, this will be a good Sunday morning for both, you know, father and son. And it just shows you why a lot of people didn't want to fight Haney, because Haney's one of those guys that you would more than likely, if you can't box, you'll end up losing to in a boxing match. And that's exactly what happened to George Kambosos. Again, wasn't the most exciting fight, but then I think it was George's job to bring it to Devin Haney, and I don't think he did that effectively. I don't think he made an effort to do that effectively. I think, you know, he thought whatever he did was enough. That's like he thought the fight was close. It was not close, you know, and because of that now, and I think because of the fight not really being close to the eyes in the eyes of the of Team Haney, they might now come back to Australia. You know what I mean? That might not be an option for him, you know, but we'll see, because I heard what Bill said. He said, hey, it's up to Devin. He's the boss now. If he wants to come back, he can come back. But it's like this. How are you going to tell someone that they can't? You know, you could probably take them to court. You could do this and arbitrate and this, that, and the other, but he's still the champ. So we'll know. We'll see, you know, if that's the case. Also, I want to add how George, you know, took it on the chin, took it just like a man. He did have excuses. You know, of course, he said it was close because, you know, he lost. This is his first loss of his career. He took it very easily. but he also remembered his own victory against Teofimo Lopez, and and I think he challenged that, and he respected Devin Haney's moment in time for that. So it was no hard feelings or whatnot. However, there was almost a near altercation in this fight with after the fight, with the two teams, Team Kambosos and Team Haney, and they got a lot of entourage and stuff like that, and people get rowdy, people been drinking a bit, especially if you've lost, and you had two undefeated fighters in there, so did have two undefeated fighters, so it just shows Devin Haney did what he's supposed to do, pop that head of Kambosos back. You can tell in his face and everything like that. George Kambosos was the beaten man. He looked like a defeated fighter because he simply was the defeated fighter. He didn't land his shots like he did with Teofimo Lopez. Devin wasn't there for him to hit like Teo was. And we showed that, and we seen that tonight. The right hand didn't land like he wanted to. The left hook didn't land like he wanted to. And, and Devin Haney boxed simply beautiful. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Devin Haney beating George Kambosos, 12-round decision. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!